down right here and saying, these are my week 1 predictions. But yeah, it's been 18 weeks of NFL football, which is just insane. But anyways, if you're new here and you like this kind of content, consider subscribing. It's free, and I make a lot of NFL-style content on this channel. Also, if you like the video, go ahead and like the video. That's the best way to let me know you like the content. As always, we're going to go over my Week 17 picks and see how I did and stuff like that before we get into my Week 18. Before I do start, I want to say right now, please keep Damar Hamlin in your prayers. If somehow you guys aren't aware, the Monday Night Football game, he suffered a cardiac arrest on the field, and he is in critical condition as of me making this video. So please keep him in your prayers. I'm rocking the Josh Allen shirt, kind of showing support to the Bills or whatever. But yeah, really scary scene, really unfortunate, and that stuff obviously, that's bigger than football. And I'm glad that the whole league is taking that as something that is bigger than football, because Skip Bayless made a tweet that absolutely should have ruined his career, but he somehow weasels his way out of it. And I guess, maybe he did word it wrong or whatever, but I don't like Skip Bayless at all, just for the way that he talks to Shannon Sharp. There's a clip, not a long time ago, but a little bit ago, where he was talking that stuff to Shannon Sharp, saying he wasn't good, acting like he's not a Hall of Famer or whatever. I just lost complete full respect for Skip Bayless when he said that. But anyways, yeah, Damar Hamlin, keep him in your prayers, and I hope for the absolute best and speedy recovery for him, because he is a really good guy, and it's just, that stuff should not ever happen. It's really sad. But now that I've said that, let's continue on in the video, and I'll go over my Week 17 picks here. Thursday Night Football is the Cowboys and the Titans. I got this game right. I picked the Cowboys to win, and they did, 27-13. Not much to say here. Titans were starting third string Joshua Dobbs, so that goes to show, the score. And I don't think Derrick Henry even played. I think he's still a little banged up, or maybe Vrabel is just benching him for tanking reasons. I don't know. Easy pick there. Next game, Falcons and Cardinals. I got this game right. Falcons won 20-19. Very close game of two, below average teams. Yeah, not much to say here as well either. I didn't watch a second of this game, but it was a 1-point game, so whoever watched it, I hope you had a great time doing so. Next game, Dolphins and Patriots. I got this game right as well. The Dolphins are, I don't think they can even make the playoffs anymore. The Patriots won 23-21. This is the famous Dolphins-Patriots matchup where Gronkowski didn't have the angle. That's the first thing I think of when I see these two teams playing each other. But the Patriots won, and I believe they are in a very good spot to make the playoffs, if not have already made the playoffs. I'm not sure. We'll see next week. I'm obviously going to have to make a playoff prediction video once the playoff teams are finalized. So yeah, good job to the Patriots to beat the Dolphins. And I know I say this every week, I can't believe that there was a point in time where people were saying that the Dolphins were top 3 in the league. I never bought into it. Even before the season with all that hype, I never bought into it. insane offense. But if you have a guy like Gardner Minshew running quarterback for your team, and he's not fit into a system, right? If he's not fitting into the offense, like obviously the offense is designed for Jalen Hurts, but if you have Minshew in there running Jalen Hurts' offense, obviously this is going to be the outcome. I got this game wrong. The score was 20-10. Eagles somehow hung into it. The defense played amazing until Gardner Minshew threw the pick six. I think it was 13-10, and we had the ball, and Gardner Minshew throws the pick six on like the 10-yard line. Very unfortunate. We got to clutch up next week, lock in that number one seed, because honestly, if we don't get that number one seed, I'm going to be a little bit worried coming off of, what would be a 3-game losing streak. Moving on to next game, Giants and Colts. I got this game right. The Giants blew out the Colts 38-10. Nick Foles, just retire, my guy. I love you so much. You are one of my football heroes, but it's time to hang up the cleats. I'm glad he got playing time, but he is not. He's a shell of what he once was. And I would say Nick Foles at best was a little bit above an average quarterback. But he's a Philly legend, and I love him for that. So I can't hate on him too much, but this is like weird to say as an Eagles fan, but I'm so proud of the New York Giants for this season. I'm so proud of Brian Dable, an incredible coach. Definitely coach of the year. If he's not, we should riot. He's very good for that program. And they won 38-10. I don't know if I said that already, but I got that game right. So New York Giants are in the postseason for the first time since 2016, I believe. Moving on. Panthers, Buccaneers. I got this game wrong. What an incredible choke job by the Panthers. And Mike Evans had 3 touchdowns and like 200 yards and like almost 60, maybe 60 points in fantasy. So if you play fantasy football still and you're in your championship, I apologize, because if you're facing Mike Evans, you definitely lost. I don't know. Nobody wants to see Tom Brady in the playoffs. Nobody wants to see an 8-9 or 9-8 Tampa Bay team into the playoffs hosting a home game. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that. I promise you they don't, unless you are a Buccaneers fan or a bandwagon Patriots fan turned Buccaneers fan. Nobody wants to see that. Hopefully they get bounced first round to whoever they play, so we don't have to look at them in the playoffs. Next game, Chiefs and Broncos. I got this game right as well. The Chiefs won 27-24. Now, something weird about the Denver Broncos and Russell Wilson is they will play like absolute shit can dog water, fucking shit-filled toilet water against any team in the NFL. Texans, any horrible team, the Chicago Bears, anybody. They will play very bad and they will most likely lose the game. But when they play the top 3 at least NFL team, Kansas City Chiefs, they always find a way to almost win the game. It's weird. It's actually weird. The Chiefs won 27-24. Broncos almost won. Wild game. I didn't watch any of it, but just to see the Broncos put up 24 points, we should be having a parade in Denver. Next game, Lions and Bears. I got this game right as well. The Lions absolutely demolished the Bears, 41-10. There was never a point in this game where the Lions, I feel like, were worried. I watched this game because this game was on at the party. The Lions just destroyed them. Their running game was incredible. Jamal Williams, DeAndre Swift, Goff, showing somehow that he's going to get an extra year in Detroit at least. And he deserves it the way he played this year. He deserves another chance. So I got that game right. Browns and Commies. I got that game wrong. And the Browns just eliminated the Commanders from playoffs. And Ron Rivera didn't even know. He didn't even know that they were getting eliminated if they lost. Which, I mean, that alone says that he kind of deserved to lose. But they won 24-10, so shout out to the Cleveland Browns. Plain spoiler. Next game, Jaguars and Texans. I got this game right as well. The Jaguars absolutely destroy the Texans 31-3. Not much to say here. Jaguars deserve it. They deserve to make the playoffs way more than the Tennessee Titans do. Way more. Yeah, not much else to say there. Next game, 49ers Raiders. I got this game right. I picked the 49ers to win. They did, 37-34 in overtime. I don't know how this game goes to overtime. The Raiders decided to show up, actually, but Brock Purdy and that San Francisco 49ers team won by a field goal. So shout out to San Francisco. I'm glad. Actually, I'm not glad because I don't want them to take the number 1 seed from us. Jets and Seahawks. Next game I got right, I think. I don't remember if I picked the Jets or the Seahawks. I don't know. I picked the Seahawks, yeah. I got this game right. The Seahawks won 23-6. The Jets have fallen off the wagon. They have fallen off horribly. Not much to say here. Geno Smith, revenge game, I guess. 23-6 is a scary score if you are a fan of the Jets. Next game, Vikings-Packers. I got this game right as well. There was just something telling me that the Packers were going to just destroy them, and they did. I got the game right, and this game was also on. I watched this game a little bit until, you finally say you gotta turn this shit off. It's getting bad. Packers killed them. Kirk Cousins throwing some interceptions, and then Aaron Rodgers somehow is gonna find a way to probably sneak his ass into the playoffs again. After the Packers were written off, I said, this team sucks, they're done, blah, 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 and they're back. So I got that game right. Next game, Rams and Chargers. I got this game right. I picked the Chargers to win, and they did, 31-10. Really not much to say here. Everyone saw this coming. Next game, Steelers-Ravens. I got this game wrong. Steelers are fighting claw and tooth and nail, or whatever the phrase is, to get into the playoffs, and they're 8-8 now. One more win and some help, I think they're gonna get in. It's gonna come down to week 18. So yeah, shout out to the Steelers and the Steelers fans. I don't think you're a playoff team. You're not gonna win with Kenny Pickett or Mitch Trubisky, whoever you roll with. But it's always nice to see, your team fight. I've seen it before. The Eagles really kind of did it last year, and then I think they were like 5-7 one year and came back to 9-7 and made the playoffs. It's fun. It's fun. Probably one of the most fun times to watch football of a fan base, or like if you're a fan of the team doing it. It's really fun. But yeah, Steelers beat the Ravens. I got that game wrong. And then Monday night, it was the Bills and the Bengals. Obviously, this game got suspended, and I don't know when it's going to get picked up, so I can't say I was right or wrong. Like I said earlier, keep Damar Hamlin in your prayers. Unfortunate game and very scary game. Moving on to I got to count up how many I got right and wrong. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 games. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 out of, I guess it would be 11 out of 15 because the Bills and Bengals technically didn't play. 11 out of 15, not bad. Let's see if we can do better in week 18. So Saturday, we got some Saturday games instead. We have no Thursday night games here. This week, week 18, Saturday at 4:30, we got the Chiefs and the Raiders playing. I'm going to go ahead and give this one to the Chiefs. I don't know if the Chiefs are going to set their players. I don't know how the AFC picture looks for the first seed bye, but if the Chiefs set their players, I honestly think they still beat the Raiders. I'm sorry, Raiders fans, you guys are just not that good. Titans-Jaguars, Saturday night at 8:15. I think this is, whoever wins that division, and we're going with the Jaguars. Doug Peterson getting his ass back into the playoffs where he belongs. Trevor Lawrence playing great. Travis Etienne, amazing. And Zay Jones ruined my fantasy hopes. So, yeah, good luck to the Jaguars. Ravens-Bengals, this gotta be wrong. This is Sunday, January 8th at 1 a.m. I don't think that's right. They probably meant to put 1 p.m. Sunday, January 8th at 1 a.m. Yeah, they had to put it in wrong. It's Ravens-Bengals. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I think the Bengals win here. Obviously, they didn't play last week, so a little extra motivation players and focus on the playoffs, or we're going to set our players and blah, 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 you know what I mean? So it's a hard week to predict, but hey, we're going to go with the Vikings. It's probably the safe choice here. Next game, Patriots and Bills. I'm going to go with the Bills. Obviously, like I said with the Bengals, they didn't play last week, so they'll probably have a little more fuel in them. And of course, they're going to be playing for their brother and their teammate, Damar Hamlin. So, and it's in Buffalo. So hopefully the Bills pull that one out. And, maybe end the Patriots' playoff hopes if they're not already in. Next game, Jets and Dolphins. I'm going to go ahead. This is a matchup here of two, downward trending teams so far this year. I'm going to go with the Jets, though. I don't think that the Dolphins win this one for some reason. They are on a horrible losing streak, and I think it continues. Buccaneers and Falcons. I'm going to go with the Falcons here. It's in Atlanta. The Buccaneers are not very good this year, and they don't deserve to be in the playoffs, in my opinion. So the Falcons I have coming away with this one. And the Bucs already clinched, so maybe they set some of their players out so they don't get injured. Panthers and Saints next game. I'm going to go ahead and say the Panthers win this one just because the Saints won last week, and that really boiled my blood. So, yeah, Panthers all the way here. Next game, Texans and Colts. I'm going to go ahead and say the Texans win this one. That's kind of odd to say, but I think outside of last week and maybe the week before, there was a 3-game stretch. I talked about it before where the Texans were playing amazing football. Almost beat the Cowboys. They did beat someone. I don't remember what it was looking like, but they played great football. 49ers Cardinals next game. Definitely going with the 49ers here. Cardinals are piss poor poverty. Focus on next year. You'll get Kyler back, hopefully relatively soon. I don't know how long an ACL takes to heal. Hopefully they get him back before the start of the year. Focus on next year. Let the 49ers win this one and get a better draft pick. Next game, Cowboys and Commies. This is easy to me. I think the Cowboys are playing for number 1 seed contention as well. So they're going to obviously not set their starters here, and they're going to want to go for that number 1 seed. This one's easy. Commanders already out. They probably, want to lose this one to get a better draft pick. Who knows? Rams and Seahawks at 425. This game's going to be interesting. I really need the Rams to beat the Seahawks, and then the Lions to beat the Packers, and the Lions to make the playoffs. But in all hindsight, fairness, I think the Seahawks win this one. Their playoff hopes on the line. They win and they're in. I think they clear the Rams by a mile. From Super Bowl team to worst team in the league. That's crazy to me. Next game, Giants and Eagles. Definitely picking the Eagles here. I think Jalen Hurts is back. I'm like 99% sure Jalen Hurts is back. So Eagles all the way. They're going to be playing their damn hearts out for that number 1 seed. They win, they get it type deal. So they're going to be, pedal to the metal. And I saw something that maybe the Giants set their players because they've already locked in their seed. They can't move up or down, I don't think. So they probably, I don't know. It's always going to be a tough game because, it's division. You don't necessarily want to throw the game like Doug Peterson did against the football team, Washington football team a couple years back. He straight up tanked, and obviously he didn't get fired for that, but that was the year he got fired. So he really helped us out that year because I think we got Devontae Smith in the next draft because of it. So, hey, thank you, Doug. Next game, Chargers and Broncos. I think the Chargers win this one. Chargers are already in the playoffs for sure. Broncos have nothing to play for. Maybe they play spoiler because they don't want Seattle to get a higher up draft pick. I don't know. But yeah, Chargers is a safe pick here. Next pick, Sunday Night Football. Game of the week here. Primetime game in Lambeau Field. Detroit Lions taking on the Green Bay Packers. And I guess, hey, before this game comes on Sunday night, the Lions will know if they are playing for playoff hopes. Don't quote me on this, but I think this is how it goes. If Seattle loses to the Rams, whoever wins between Lions and Packers gets into the playoffs. So this is cool. This is cool implications here because guys. So I have Chiefs over the Raiders, Jaguars over the Titans, Bengals over the Ravens, Steelers over the Browns, Vikings over the Bears, Bills over the Patriots, Jets over the Dolphins, Falcons over Buccaneers, Panthers over Saints, Texans over the Colts, 49ers over the Cardinals, Cowboys over the Commanders, Seahawks over the Rams, Eagles over the Giants, Chargers over the Broncos, and Lions over the Packers. Guys, if you enjoyed the video,